Hey guys, Gary J here. On the project today on the 2005 GMC. It's raining kind of hard outside, so it's a good day to work on this. You have two switches here. This is your cargo switch for the lamp on the back of your bed, and this is your fog light switch. The fog light switch is stuck. It's supposed to be stuck out, kind of like this, but it's stuck in. You can take this apart. When you take it out, you can take it apart. There's a little rubber cone in there. You can take a ballpoint pen spring, the spring of a ballpoint pen, cut it in half, and put it inside this little rubber cone that's underneath here, and it'll pull the switch back out and it'll work. I don't know for how long, but it's supposed to work. But I don't want to do that, so I bought a new switch, and this is the new switch right here, brand new. And you can see the button here is sticking out. You press that button there, that's your fog light. And your top light right here, you push that and it stays down, push it again, it stays up. And so we want to replace this switch right here. I'll go right here. And what you end up doing is taking your hand up here and you pull this cover off right here. I've already pulled it loose a little bit. And so this cover comes loose right here. And you can get to the switch and pull the whole box out and take the cables in the back of it and put the cables into the back right here and then stick it back in. So it shouldn't be too difficult to do. Make sure you don't break this right here. So I got the steering wheel all the way down, and I'm gonna turn the ignition and put it in like first gear. Try to get the shifter out of the way. Let's see how that works. Okay, I put the shifter all the way down in first gear, and that allows me access to pull up on this piece right here, and this is the front cover. So that's what that looks like. And this is our switch right here. Now, I know that it's got some catches on here, and that's what I have to look for, is the catches on it. Okay, this whole section right here comes out. It's got clips. There's a clip. This is a section here with the vent and all. It's got a clip here. It's got a clip down here. And it's got two on the other side, so these clips go in, like one's here, one down here by my finger, and you just pull that whole section and the whole thing comes out. And this is your wiring right here. So the whole section just comes straight out. And I know it's kind of hard to see how that looks, but okay, so just pull the whole thing out. Now this blue right here, this is the wiring harness to your switch. So you got to pull that out, and there's two catches on, one up here and one back here on the switch itself. You got to gently release that to get that switch out. This is looking at the back end of it. Okay guys, we've got a new switch in, and on a scale of 1 to 10 on how hard this is, it's probably a 5 out of 10 for me, and that's because I've never done that before. And these little catches on this switch, one at the top, one at the bottom, getting those little catches undone so that you can take the switch out. And remember, on the harness, there's a little catch on the harness. You've got to pull that up in order to pull the harness out. So you've got to take the switch out first before you can get to the little clip on the harness to pull that out. And this is the old one. And that's where the harness goes. And I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Anyway, this piece in the middle right here is the clip. It's got a hole in it. You got to pull this. See right there, my thumb's at. You got to pull that back toward my thumb in order to release the harness from here. And you got a clip up at the top, and you got one at the bottom, and you got a piece of plastic around it. But you got to lift that up very gently in order to slide this switch forward. It's got to go to you. Okay, that's a little bit of a pain getting that part out. But remember, you just pull on this right here, and this whole facing comes right off real easy. It's just effortless to pull that off. And this right here has got like 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe 4 catches in it that go back into. They snap in place. And take your steering wheel, put it all the way down. Put your gear shifter all the way in first. Put your emergency brake up first. Because your vehicle will roll. And it's easy to take this cover off if you have it in first gear and the steering wheel all the way back. If you don't, it's hard to get it over this the gear shifter. So that's where we're at there. So anyway, now that we've gone through all that, you press this button here, and it shows up here, a little icon right here, and that's your cargo light, which looks pretty bright. And so again, cargo light shows up on your dash right here. Press it again, turn it off. I was worried about this button right here because it sticks out like it's supposed to and all, but it doesn't catch when you press it. See how it sticks out? The other one was stuck in. This was stuck all the way in. And I'm glad I bought a new one. This was $20 for the new switch, so that's cheap to me. And you see it's lit up. Now let's check and see if our fog lights come on. Okay, press that, and I can tell. You see it lit up right here. The driver's side. So that's looking pretty good. Now we got one more project. This light here should be on. We gotta replace the bulb in that. But that's doing pretty good. That's looking pretty good. And that's pretty bright fog lights, actually. You could use them for headlights almost, looks like. So you save yourself some money, 20 bucks, and about 30 minutes to do this, which somebody could do it probably a lot quicker. If you've ever done it before, if you've done it one time, then it probably wouldn't take you maybe 15-20 minutes. The problem is getting those catches loose from the switch itself. So we're slowly fixing everything in this truck that was not working in a very cheap way instead of paying somebody to do it. So maybe that helps somebody. Again, 20 bucks for this switch, and that's cheap. To me it is anyway. Okay, I was showing you this piece in the dark, kind of working on the truck. 2005 GMC is what is the switch we replaced, and this switch was put in GMC for a few years and put in other vehicles as well, same switch. Anyway, The top switch here is for the cargo light in the back, and you press that and it stays down. Press it again, it pops up. Cargo light worked fine. The fog lights, you press that and it doesn't do anything. It just goes down. It doesn't pop up or anything like that. It's stuck. And it has a little rubber cone shaped thing underneath it, and that little rubber cone shaped thing is collapsed. Some people take a ballpoint pen with the spring in it and cut that spring in half to so and put it inside the little blue, it could be different colors, the little cone, plastic cone shaped thing, and that puts tension on this right here and causes it to come up. And you can repair it that way, but looking at it, to me it's a little bit of a pain. For some people, that doesn't bother them to take this stuff apart like a Rubik's Cube and repair that. But anyway, I bought a new one, and the new one cost $20 on eBay and brand new. And so it was easier for me just to fix that, put that in. The only problem about putting this in that you will find is that around it is a piece of plastic, and this thing's got a tab up here that catches it, and it's got a tab at the bottom here that catches it. And I had to put a knife between here and this tab in order to release it to go forward. This thing has to come out forward. Okay, so you got to do that with the bottom and the top, and it's a little difficult to do, and it will wear on your patience a little bit. So that's what you have to do to get this out. Once you get it out, you've got a wiring harness in the back here. Now, right where my fingertip is right here, my fingernail is here, you got to pull this back. This piece where you see the little hole, you got to pull this back because it's got a clip on that harness, and you can't pull that harness out until you pull this back to release that clip on the harness. So that's the other thing. To release the clip on the harness, you got to pull this back, and you can't do that until you take out this switch, and you try not to break anything. And so once you take the switch out, you're home free. You just put your harness back in here and push it all the way down. It clicks automatically. Take your switch here, push it back into the little rectangle hole that it came out of, and then you put that unit back in that with the vent and your headlights and all that. Just put that back in. You got about 4 slots for all that, and that have flanges on them that it pops back into place. Most everything on these vehicles, if you know where the catches are on them, they pop out really easy. So it's pretty easy to fix if you do it that way. You don't have to take it to the shop to have that done. But those are the only things that I would tell you to be careful of, is this catch here and the one on the bottom. You got to release those, and you got to release the one on the harness right here, the one that little round hole in it. Pull that back to release your harness, and that's all you do, and it works great. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Hope that helps you if you have to have this problem. Take care. Gary J.